Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video which is basically book mashups where you take two books and you kind of put them together and make this other book. You know, on some books they have for fans of Throne of Glass and Six of Crows or something like that. That is basically what this is. We're gonna make this perfect book that is one half of one book and one half of the other book. And I got this idea from Rocky from Blonde with a Book, and I'm totally stealing this from her. And yeah, I just thought it was such a good idea, and I absolutely loved her video, and so I thought I would do my own. Alright, so the first book mashup that I would absolutely love would be a mashup between A Fire and Stars by Audrey Colthurst and then also Ironcast by Destiny Soraya. So I didn't actually really like either of these books on their own, but I think if they were kind of mashed together, I would like them a lot more. I felt like the two main girl characters in Ironcast would have been so much better off being together. They gave me so many women loving women vibes that I'm just like, how did they not end up together? That just makes more sense to me, and this would have been so much better if it had been a sapphic book. And so that's kind of why I put these two together, because I did actually like a lot of the elements of this book, but I thought that it had kind of a weak storyline and that the characters were kind of weak, but I think that I would have loved it so much more if it had been sapphic. So I definitely think that these two books would make a really good mashup. The next two books that I would love to see mashed together would be And I Darken by Kirsten White and then also Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. So I really love these two books. I gave this one a 3.5 stars and then this one a 5. And I know that 3.5 sounds like I didn't like it at all or anything, but I actually did enjoy it. I just felt that it was a little too weak for my taste. And so I would definitely want to strengthen it up a little bit with And I Darken. And I think that having the magic system in Shadow and Bone and then having the toughness and badassery of Lotta would be so cool. I just feel that Alina was a little too soft in this book, which I totally understand, but I would love to see a badass character kind of like Lotta in this world, and I think that'd be so interesting, and I think that would actually kind of make this story a little bit better, and I think I might have liked it more. The next book mashup that I would love to see would be Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, and then also Always and Forever Laura Jean by Jenny Han, or I guess To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. I feel like these two books would be so cute together, and I really want a contemporary version of Little Women but written by Jenny Han, because Jenny Han's amazing. And I just love the way that Jenny Han writes her contemporaries, and I think it'd be so cool to see her do something like Little Women. I love the sibling relationships in her books, especially with the three sisters in To All the Boys I Loved Before, and I think that could translate really well into adapting Little Women into a more contemporary book. And I would love that. I just think that these two are just so perfect to go together. I just think they'd make the perfect contemporary of my dreams, and I would love to see that. The next mashup that I would like to see would be Queens of Geek by Jen Wild, and then also Girl Online by Zoe Sugg. I actually kind of enjoyed this book just because, I like fun, kind of mindless contemporary novels. And they both had representation for anxiety, and I think that this book could have had a little bit better representation of anxiety and could be bolstered by Queens of Geek. And I also like the diversity in Queens of Geek and would love to see that in a book about blogging. So, kind of mashing up together in sort of this one's kind of more about YouTube and movies and stuff, and this one's more about blogging. And I'd love to see, more books about blogging, because I feel like we don't have that many. I feel like a lot of the books that I have that are about sort of media are a lot of vlogs and YouTube things, but I would love to see something more about blogging. And I think that this book could totally be better if it has women loving women representation, people of color representation, things like that, and I think these would make a really good mashup. And the very last mashup that I would like to see would be Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and then The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. And so for this one, I really did enjoy Fangirl, but I would love to see a book about a fat girl that writes fan fiction, because that would be so cool. And I could totally relate to that because I love the way that fat representation was used in this book and the way that it was represented. I thought it was amazing. And then I also really love the fan fiction elements of Fangirl, and I would love to see these two mashed together so we have more fat elements and then we have more fan fiction elements. And I would just love that. I think it'd be so cute. And I loved both of these books, probably this one a little bit more than this one. But I do think that it would be really cool to see more fat representation, especially in contemporaries and also in fantasy as well. I mean, I could have put this one with just about any of the books in this pile and I totally would have been behind it. And yeah, I think that this would be a really cool mashup. Alright, so that was my book mashups video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. In the comments down below, let me know some of your book mashups that you would create to make your perfect book. And if you enjoyed this video, then go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!